I'm sorry, my mic was muted, right? My mouth moving. Yeah, there we go. I knew it. Stacy said. So what's up, Stacy? How you doing? Taisha, hope all is well with you. So I'm gonna get into this thing in a second, man. This is something I want to talk about. Something I definitely want to talk about. Of course, I'm here at work getting it in. So yeah, I'm just here right now. I'm at work, but I wanted to get into some things, man. So look, check it out. Let's talk about it. This week, this week, this past week. So uh, we all know that Monique has been very controversial as of lately, and yo, she struck again. So she did a stand-up comedy show with DL Hughley in Detroit, and it was a contract dispute basically because Monique was under the assumption that she was going to be the headliner of this show. However, sources show that according to the contract, both of their contracts said that they were going to be headlining this show. However, the show had been advertised that DL Hughley and friends were coming to town. So, with that being said, Monique was supposed to be a part of the friend. So, like, you open up Monique, you get the show popping, and however it goes, whether you second, but you're not the closing act. DL Hughley was the closing act. And yo, she literally got on stage and went bonkers on my man. Like went bonkers on him. So you have people asking, like, is it her now? Like, at some point, when do you start looking at the person and saying, well, no, it might be you? You know, I heard, I heard my man Corey Holcomb, awesome comedian, and I was thinking it. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking it, but Corey Holcomb, he actually put it out there. He said that Monique literally got on stage and took up time because she had no show. She had nothing funny to actually talk about. And I actually said that. I said, "Yo, when I saw the footage, you can actually go over to YouTube and pull the footage of what Monique and how she caught herself going out on stage in Detroit and belittling DL. Um, she was completely wrong. Now she's come back with another statement trying to get people to go against this brother, man. And so Monique asked the question. She said, "What chance did you give me?" So at the end of the day, because she said, "Well, you're not the promoter. It was the promoter who gave me the chance." However, the promoter had to talk to DL and ask DL, "How do you feel about Monique being on this show?" Now he tells us straight up. I told him straight up I wasn't too keen about it, but that's my girl. I'm kings of comedy. She's queens of comedy. Let's do it. And the sister came and like literally wrecked herself. It was a train wreck, in all honesty. So if you just jumping on with me and just coming in, I'm talking about Monique and DL Hughley. How Monique just keep basically, I'm not gonna lie, she keeps sabotaging herself in this industry. I understand that you should always stand up for yourself in this industry. I do get it when they say contracts is contracts. I get that, but something as minute as going first, second, or third, as long as my money is right, I don't care what order you put me in. You see what I'm saying? So this goes to show that there's a lot of egos within the entertainment business. Mo'Nique, you really need to check yourself on this one, sis, because you was totally wrong. Um, you know, to go out there and literally belittle the man's sexuality, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was wrong. It was wrong. It was something that I personally believe that they could have spoke of off scene. You know, they could have talked about that. She could have expressed her feelings to him off scene. That wasn't nothing for the world to actually be a part of. You know what I'm saying? And the way she did it, it was real unprofessional. Um, it lacked taste, and poor judge of character. And for her husband to be her manager, you would think that this man would have told her straight up, "Hey, yo, Mo'Nique, enough is enough." You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to chill. You can't keep doing this. Eventually, you're going to ruin your overall career. But just like my man Corey Holcomb said, you could go check him out as well. He got a page over here on YouTube as well. Go check Corey out. Corey said it best because I was thinking it as I sat there and I watched the video. I think I saw this video on like Saturday or Sunday. But when I saw this video of Mo'Nique on stage doing what she was doing, I right away said, I said, Mo'Nique didn't have no show together, man. Like, she had no jokes to tell. So she took this show, and I guarantee you she still got paid after because she covered the whole time. She literally covered the whole time, bickering and complaining about her contract dispute. Okay. And then she spent the rest of the time dogging DL. So that was her whole time she was supposed to be on stage, only for her to walk off stage. And I'm quite sure she had already got the deposit. Not only did she get the deposit, but when she walked off stage, they had the rest of her money for her. So with that being said, it's like you got paid for the job, but yet you really didn't have any stand up to do. You had no stand up for the closet. So y'all give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Look, I got something for y'all, man. Check this out. I had a little technical difficulty, but look, I'm back. So like I was saying, we was talking about this Mo'Nique and DL Hughley thing. And this is the problem, man. Like, uh, we all have to stop tearing one another down, as people, as black people. We have to stop tearing each other down, start lifting one another up. That was minute. Like what Mo'Nique went out on that stage and did, I'm gonna be honest, I can't say she was right because you got paid. You got paid. Now, for her to even talk about go back to Kings of Comedy and Queens of Comedy, you know how long ago that was, man? You know how long ago that was? If I'm not mistaken, my daughter, who getting ready to graduate from high school, she was like 5, 6 years old when that came out. Okay, and she's getting ready to graduate from high school now. So Mo'Nique, that was a long time ago, sweetheart. You feel what I'm saying? And the way she came off is just like it was totally, totally, totally wrong. So let me see. So my man Steve Bodie, he on point right here. He said, when will we as human beings start holding our people accountable? She is a bitter, she is bitter, and I can't see that last word, but she is bitter. You know, he said she's a bitter and damaged person. She is very bitter. I don't know what Hollywood did to the woman, but she is bitter. So look, just like my cousin said, she had no material. She hasn't done stand up comedy in 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like 20 years, this woman had. What's up, Demetrius? That's family right there. She hasn't done stand up comedy in 20 years. And I said it. Like, I'm an artist myself. I went to Educational Center for the Arts. You know what I'm saying? I was around many performers and people who are great at what they do. And let me tell you something. There was times when we always knew who the BS people were. When it was time for performance class and stuff like that, we knew who the people were who was the BS people because they was never prepared for class. They never had anything new to bring. Sometimes they would even try because performance class was a month and it normally happened in the beginning of the month. And they would try to come and do something that they did just last month. And it was because they didn't prepare or get themselves together. And that was her thing. Like, time done passed, and she has not been keeping herself abreast with doing stand-up comedy. Now, just like Corey Holcomb said, me personally, I never found Mo'Nique funny. You know what I'm saying? Now, she was funny in TV sitcoms with somebody writing the stuff for her. But Mo'Nique was never funny to me. Like, I didn't find nothing funny about her. Only thing was she was loud, and that's it. She was somewhat the stereotypical how they stereotype black women, loud and angry and always like that. That's what it was, and I think that's how she made it because she was what white Hollywood wanted to portray anyway. As far as these sisters out here being upset and bitter, and that's what she's been coming across as ever since she took to the stage. It first started off with the fat jokes and her obviously she felt some kind of way about herself because if you notice she lost the weight. I heard somebody say when she lost the weight, what you gonna do now, Mo'Nique? You can't do no fat jokes now because you done lost all this weight. And it was true. You only do CK jokes before that runs out. Go check my man Corey Holcomb out over on YouTube and listen to what he got to say about this because I felt the same way when I saw this. I said, this woman was not prepared for this show. It only took her first few words that she was talking. And I knew right away, I was like, yo, she wasn't prepared for this show. But she definitely needed the money. You know what I'm saying? But she took the wrong route. She took the wrong route of trying to do this thing, man. And now once again, look, I don't know how 50 gonna do with this. Like 50 might take this thing now and say, look, I don't think I can even use you in the show. Then again, he might use her in the show because one thing we also know about entertainment business, all publicity is good publicity. You see what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, that was a this has been the talk of almost the week, 2 weeks now because of what she did, and I'm kind of confused. I'm like, well, maybe it's another distraction. What's about to go on, man? Because we all know that they use our Hollywood people as pawns to distract the general people from the things that are really happening. So I thought to myself, I said, on that night while we slept, how, while people constantly talked about um, the Mo'Nique and the DL thing, and I know I'm guilty right now of talking about it too. I thought about it. I said, what did we miss once we went to sleep? Because, our government got a way of signing bills and putting new laws into place at night when people go to sleep. Like they don't pass these bills during the day when we're awake and on our job and moving around. They hold sessions late at night when people are asleep and they pass these bills. So my question is, what was up with her? Okay, so we know you won. You won your awards for Precious. We know that. Okay, we know you was the queen of comedy. But just like my man DL said, and I'll tell you too, I could tell you all day what I did in my past in entertainment business. It doesn't matter. It don't matter, because only thing people want to know is, what are you doing right now in your field? In your field, what are you doing right now? You see what I'm saying? And Mo'Nique should have hung around the girls a little bit more and got a little more stories, and went out to, did something to build up her repertoire for doing stand-up comedy, because just like I said, close to 20 years, this woman has not actually been on stage doing stand-up comedy. And when she did call herself doing stand-up comedy, it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. It was just always loud, just loud. So I got a lot of opinions in here, and I'm gonna get to these. But once again, for those who are just chiming in, we was talking about this DL Hughley and Mo'Nique situation. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Mo'Nique, she was dead wrong. She was completely dead wrong. She could have handled that a lot better, especially knowing the man. For you to say you sat with your feet under my table. Well, if he sat with his feet under your table, then you should have been able to go to him in love and not in front of everybody. That's my take on the thing. Like, you should have literally been able to go knock on his room door and y'all hash that out. And in all honesty, y'all probably could have closed your show out by doing a roast on each other. But egos collide, the artistic side goes out. You see what I'm saying? Like, their managers suck. In all honesty, whoever their managers and publicists are and all that surround them, they suck, because they don't know how to take a situation and turn that situation into something that's great and positive. Okay, Mo'Nique was mad. DL Hughley laid down some rules and laws that she didn't like. From my understanding, they said, okay, DL contract, okay, everybody knows when celebrities do these shows, they have little things that they want in their dressing room. The only thing DL asked for was some bourbon and some cigars. That's all he wanted. Do you not know Mo'Nique asked for green beans with white potatoes, fried? Like, she basically requested a whole meal. You see what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, come on, man. Like, we get that you have done some things, but I'm learning in my lifetime that humility takes you a long way. And if you have a DL Hughley who is relevant now, like, let's really talk about it. The man is relevant now. Like, he's made a few mistakes with some of the things he said when it comes to politics. However, he's relevant now. He has a radio show. Not only does he have a radio show, that was his tour. That was his show. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you go and look at the advertisements in Detroit, you will see that it was advertised as DL Hughley and Friends. So it was already being advertised that DL was coming to Detroit, not Mo'Nique. All right. So once again, she put her own foot. How they used to say, she put her feet in her mouth. And so let me get back up here, because I know we got some good stuff, and y'all bear with me, because I'm actually getting to that age where I should have on some kind of reading glasses, but I still be trying to be cute. And I'll be wanting to put on those reading glasses. You know, I look cute in the reading glasses too. So let me see. I got my man Steve right here. He said, I think it's deeper than that, she seems to never take responsibility for the things she does and says words matter. And that's true. That is true. Now she will apologize at some point when it started hitting her hard. That just like she had to go back and sit down with Steve Harvey. She had to go back and sit down with Lee Daniels. I don't know if her and Oprah ever met. I think Oprah really just flipped her the bird and was like, I don't have to explain nothing to her. If I'm not mistaken, her and Tyler Perry have sat down and, she's, oh, I love you and don't you worry. We gonna get through this through God's grace. We gonna get through this. Yo, let me tell you something. I'm finding that Christians on this earth is the ugliest people. They will use God's name to basically for all their bad doings and all their wrongdoings. They just want to use the name of God and I'm like, that wasn't God, man. You know that wasn't God. That was just selfish ways, wanting what you want, and that was nothing of God. So moving right along. Oh, my homie, what's up, Tamika Stevenson? I got Tamika on with me. So Tamika said, I lost a lot of respect from her over the bonnet comment. Knowing we wear the bonnet to protect our hair. You as a black woman shouldn't have come at us like that. And I feel you, Mo'Nique. Hey, it's her opinion when it comes to that, because let me tell you something. Living in tech, everywhere in the world is different. And everywhere in the United States is different. Okay, I live back here in Connecticut now. Women will wake up, throw on a bonnet, some sweatpants, a t-shirt, just to drop their kids off at school, to walk around Walmart. Let me tell you something. I lived in Dallas, Texas. Them women didn't do that when I lived there many years ago. You see what I'm saying? I remember seeing women get dressed to go out to take the trash to the trash can. And you looking going, where you going? Oh, just to take the trash out? So each place in the world take different prides in themselves as women. And I'm just going to be honest with you, me, when I say that. So when Mo'Nique spoke about the bonnet situation, Mo'Nique was more speaking from where she's from and from what she know and what she see. Believe it or not, there was a lot of women who did agree with her about that bonnet statement. Going out in grocery stores and stuff with bonnets on and pajama pants on. Look, there's certain parts of the world, certain parts of the United States, as a black woman, you're not going to get away with that because another sister is going to be critical of you doing that. Matter of fact, God rest her soul, my Aunt Mildred. My Aunt Mildred did not play that. I don't care where you was going. My Aunt Mildred, you better look your best when you step out as a woman, because that's how she was. She was a glamour girl. And I love that about my aunt. She didn't go anywhere looking any kind of way. God rest on Mildred's soul. Mildred, I had to use you in that example because that's how she was. Her nieces, she didn't allow them. If she was around and we just getting ready to run up the store, and you going looking like that, yeah, nah. That at the end of the day, you gotta take pride in yourself as well, So I mean, I get it. Some people didn't like that. Some people did back her on that. So just like I'm gonna tell you just like this. So I want to see what my cousin's gonna say. He said she was the least funniest on the Queens of Comedy. Let me ask you a question. Who was the funniest on Queens of Comedy? And I'm gonna tell you who was. I met her in '96 at Livingstone College. She came there while she was on tour. The woman has been tearing stages up. Who? Probably ever since 92, 93, probably before that, 89. But some more. That is the most underrated female comedian but let me tell you why some more is underrated. Some more is underrated because you see she's not out here shucking and jiving and begging for shit the way you see Mo'Nique doing. Okay? She realized her value. She know what's what, and that woman gets out there. She does her show. She does her tour. She rock with Tony Rock. She rock with Gary Owen. You know, but they like they own little clique over here, man. Like you don't really see them too much messing with the DL Hughley and the Cedric the Entertainer. And not saying that they not cool. They all cool. But at the same time, it's like you could tell that there's two different sides to the comedian world. You see what I'm saying? The stand-up comic world is two different sides. You got the ones who've been in major movies, they over here rocking hard together. You have these over here who have just made cameo appearances in movies and was co-stars in movies. They rock over here. And guess what? You never really see them intermingle too much together because they just can't get with what the right side is doing. And it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the time, the Mo'Niques and them, they're selling their souls to do the things that they do in Hollywood. And then you got Tony Rock and them in New York that's just like, yo, I'm going to sell out a place regardless. So, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I just wanted to come on, man. I wanted to touch on that because I heard Corey Holcomb say it earlier when Corey said, yo, he think that the woman just didn't have a show put together for Detroit. So that hence that brought the fact of her coming out and just trying to destroy DL Hughley. But in the process, I think this woman has somewhat stifled herself again. There's many more producers and promoters that she had probably put a bad taste in their mouth, and they are saying they will not ever work with her again. You know, they don't want to work with her. You know, Lee Daniels, he's saying that he's going to probably do something with her again. As you see, 50, he's getting ready to put her on it, you know, but at the same time, how long is this stuff going to last? How long before this woman blows up on somebody again? Mo'Nique, I wish you the best. You know, I know my opinion don't even matter, you know, but at the same time, it does because we are the ones who support you. We are the ones who have been there from the beginning. And you got to do better, sis. You definitely got to do better. We are praying for you, man. But these little rants and running off about what your contract say, yo, we don't care. Bring us a show. But I don't care what your contract say. I would have preferred her just not go out on stage. Like, in all honesty, man, what happened to that? To where when an artist isn't satisfied with his contract, he just don't go out on the stage. She don't go out on stage. You had an audience screaming their name, and I don't think the audience would have been screaming her name because of the fact that all they had to do was put the DJ on, bring the house lights up, and tell people to go get more drinks. This is an intermission. DL Times stated that he didn't go on until 9:45. I know how that go too. If his time said 9:45 and Mo'Nique refused to go on at that 8 something time, 8:30 time, yo, real talk. I guarantee he would have sat there and said it's 9:45 time and said, I'm not going on to the DJ to turn the music up, turn the house lights up. Let's get these people partying up in here and tell them to go get some more drinks, which would have made out for the theater that they was in as well, because the theater would have made a little more money off of beverages and things like that. So that's what they had to do. But Mo'Nique, if you didn't want to do the show, or you just didn't have to go on. But I know what it was, baby. You needed that money, man. You needed that money, honey, and I know. But other than that, man, I'm out. Y'all tune in and hang with my partner on Saturday, Candy. She'll be covering all day long, as I will be traveling on this weekend, headed to Dallas, Texas, for the graduation of my oldest child, who will be graduating from high school. And yeah, proud of that. So y'all wish me traveling mercies. And I will see y'all when I return. Y'all keep me tight because I'm going to be going live while in Dallas, be showing you all these great eateries that I used to go to. Probably swing by the old Kimball High School, take a few photos of Kimball, and let y'all see where I used to work and everything. And but other than that, man, y'all be good. Love one another. Keep positive vibes around you. Let the negative vibes go. And until next time we meet, I'm Rashim D. Dixon saying, keep it tuned to the key of 94.3 WYBC, the rhythm of the city. Peace out, Elm City and beyond.